Hello, my name is Phil Lewis. I'm the Executive Director of the Missouri Association of Secondary School Principals. Today is April 26, 2018. Here are some things that you'll find in this week's update. Missouri Scholars was held on April 22nd. It was the 24th annual event. Eddie Justice's name was pulled for a vote from the state school board. You'll find some more information about how that will proceed. MOASSP, NASSP membership is open. Legislative updates, the budget, MOASSP Board of Directors, and presidents for MOASSP districts for 2018 and 2019. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the end is near. All the planning, organizing, inspiring, and leading an entire building for a full year is now down to the last few weeks. For most of you, the month of May will wrap up another year. For others of you, the conclusion is 6 weeks away, but either way, the end is near, and everyone in the building knows the abrupt stop is coming very soon. As the principal this time of year, it might make you a little bit uneasy. There have been many anxious moments, plenty of smiles and celebrations, and several near-crisis situations during the year, and you understand all of those emotions and actions can and possibly will occur in the last few weeks. You've done your job of preparing the troops, and now you are the sideline coach. You are, and should be, highly visible, calling timeouts, making minor adjustments, and keeping everyone focused during the waning minutes of this long year-end game. There will be several times in the next couple of weeks when Coach Principal spots a potential problem, and we'll have to have a private huddle with a player to remind him or her about their responsibilities. Being the great game coach you are, you will spot this potential problem early and help the team member before a major mistake occurs. You have set the stage for a great ending, and now just coach your way to the end and hug everyone when it's over. Missouri Scholars, Sunday, April 22nd, was the 24th annual MOASSP Missouri Scholars 100, a celebration of learning luncheon. We had several great guests who presented to the scholars and their parents. Stacy Priest from DESE, Bob Howe, former executive director of MOASSP, who started the program, and University of Missouri Chancellor Alexander Cartwright. We served 107 students, their parents, and the principals of their schools. Those all were provided lunch, and each student was presented with a trophy. Eddie Justice's name was pulled for a vote from the State Board of Education. A 20-minute filibuster in the Senate ended with President Pro Tem Ron Richard. He withdrew the motion to approve Justice's nomination to the board. Justice will still have a chance to be confirmed if Richard decides to bring his nomination up for debate again during the legislative session, which ends May 18th. If the Senate doesn't vote to confirm or send the nominations back to the governor, all 5 will be barred from serving on the board for life. MOASSP and NASSP membership is open. Do you have money still left in your budget this year? You could use that money to pay for your 2018-19 memberships to both MOASSP and NASSP. Fillable forms are available if you just click on the link on this update, or you could go to the website. Also, the MOASSP store has easy access for credit card purchases. Either way, if you've got money left, this would be a good time to use it. Legislative update. The session ends May 18th. The next few weeks will provide a major focus on the budget, a few bills that could come to agreement in both the House and the Senate. Because of Governor Struggle's attention has been on him and not as much on bills. Many bills that could have received consideration will not get passed. In many cases, that's really good for education. The bills that are still alive are relatively harmless for education, but could become vehicles for things that are not in our best interest. At this time of the year, the haste to pass legislation becomes pressing, and proper vetting of bill modifications or attachments of amendments is not as thorough as it should be. We'll continue to watch those. the budget. The budget's always a concern for every agency that relies on state funding. Education is a major portion of the general fund, and fully funding the formula is always a priority for public school education and for many of our legislators. The House budget proposal fully funded the formula for 2018-19 and sent that budget to the Senate. The Senate chose to put money in different areas. What will happen next is there will be a committee with people from both the Senate and the House, and they will bargain over how to adjust the budget. We're hoping that it gets fully funded, but I'm sure that the Senate probably might get their way this year, and that money might be split up, and probably about we will probably be somewhere around $50 million short for fully funding the budget. MOASSP Board of Directors. Chris Haney from St. Genevieve is finishing his term as president of MOASSP. He has been an excellent leader and has traveled the state attending district meetings and listening to positives and concerns of principals across the state. Beginning his term in 2018 will be Ed Gedemeyer from Hardin Middle School. Ed is a seasoned board member and will be another great leader in a long line of MOASSP presidents. The MOASSP president-elect is Mark Spinagle of Lincoln, and he will take the chair in 2019-20. We have two new board members this year. Northeast District is Scott Daly of Hallsville, and from Central District will be Brandon Harding from Colcamp. Welcome to the board, gentlemen. Also in this week's update, you will find the district presidents for each of our districts across the state and their emails. You might welcome them as someone who will support you all year long. Their emails are there, so if you need to get a hold of them, you may do so at any time. I hope your spring is going well. Stay positive, stay visible, adjust as necessary, because after all, it really is the principle of the thing.